The Oklahoma Center for Community and Justice is dedicated to achieving respect and understanding for all people. We do this through programs, initiatives, and partnerships in the community. Our vision is to eliminate bias, bigotry, and racism in our state and in our generation. Our unique program, Anytown Leadership Institute, promotes young leaders to find their voice and advocate for themselves and their communities in creating social justice. I was able to attend Anytown when I was a high school student, and it opened my eyes to new opportunities and experiences. It encouraged me to be the leader that my community needs.
I attended in 1994. Actually, that was the very first year that we held Anytown in Oklahoma. Anytown sort of refined my vision to working specifically on behalf of multiculturalism, inclusion, and taking a stand against discrimination, which is something I have an opportunity to do both in my volunteer service with OCCJ as well as my career as a public interest attorney. You know, systemic oppression hasn't gone away, discrimination hasn't gone away. We still have patterns of residential segregation that's reflected in our schools, our places of worship, and so there is still a compelling need for a program that focuses on what positive steps our youth leaders can take to make our community more inclusive.
I really want people to understand that Anytown is a place for everyone. Anytown is a home for everyone. No matter your background, no matter your personal beliefs, you can come to Anytown and you can not only find someone that's going to be like you, but you can also find people that are going to be different and they're going to talk to you about their differences.
We are becoming a more diverse school system, and it's always good to have the kids talk and see other people's differences, their cultures, their history, and their family history and lineage, and talk about it openly and learn how to talk about it and embrace it at such an early age. So I see as our program as just really just spreading the word and creating relationships across what really aren't boundaries, but perceived boundaries, so that people can realize that there really isn't a boundary there at all.
You have to get this information and educate young people early on. The successes that they've seen from Anytown, and that's been going on for many years, and the success that they have seen from that, how could we put together something where we could spend a weekend and do that same thing except on race and youth and leadership? And out of that, those conversations, you know, we birthed the Youth and Race Leadership Forum. And in the midst of a pandemic, it was incredible, an incredible weekend that was put together, so professionally done. And the students from that cohort went back to their schools and led students to do the same thing except in smaller groups in those schools as far as where we are as a country, and when it comes to race issues and when it comes to biases and prejudices, and unfortunately some pockets of America still ideology of racism, and how to attack it early on. So I am elated that one of the things that will continue on is the annual, and I'm going to go ahead and put it out there, we're going to do this annually as long as I'm here, a Youth and Race Leadership Forum, and I'm so excited that we'll be able to host that actually in Greenwood Rising. Within this facility we're standing, we'll be able to host that this year.
During my time at OCCJ, I often wished that we would work ourselves out of a job. That never happened. We would see some progress and then we would have a setback. And we realized that our work would never be finished. Because we're experiencing a great deal of social unrest in our country right now, I think it makes our programs more relevant than ever. And because our programs are proven and tested, they are for the most part timeless. And I think they offer tools to the next generation to help us build a more just and inclusive society.
It's pretty much like you spent a dime on prevention as opposed to $1 of cure. This is the prevention. So if you educate people at an early age, you are going to cure the society. So it's better to spend money and let somebody like OCCJ, whose sole mission is to try to educate through dialogue and inclusion, to do their job. And please, if you can, go ahead and help.